Okay, let's see what we have got here. So I still want to stick with functions. Like, okay, there are some, what to say, really good topics like driving a car with a genetic algorithm and all those stuff. But yeah, like, let me just finish functions, what to say, as thoroughly as I know. Okay. I'm not saying like as thoroughly as it's there and fully in Julia because I'm always ignorant and all those things. And yeah, these videos are nothing but like you should think like they are explanation to myself. So, and I'm just sharing with the world. So, you must look at like that, and you mustn't take like okay, these videos are the absolute truth and all those things. Yeah, of course they are facts, but the thing is like yeah, like you should also refer to additional sources and all those stuff. So that's the thing. So we will look more into functions in this video. So I will, yeah. Do you know that, okay, you can pass functions as arguments like in Julia, like, I'll just show you how. So we just have a function called starline, right? So, and yeah, I will just put a new notebook. Rename, I always rename my notebook because I just want it to be understood. Okay, so that's the thing. And we just have a thing called starline, and it just all it does is like it just prints 50 lines. Okay, so that is a line of 50 stars. Okay, so that's the thing. So yeah, this is we can also define a function like this. Okay, starline. Okay, so now it's working, everything is fine. So okay, now yeah, everything is fine. Now I define a thing called execute function. Okay, and look, I'm just a little bit careful over here. I just didn't give function because function is a keyword. Okay. So if you give something like function over here, I don't think it will work. Yes, right. So you need to give something like some other thing, like a function or function to be executed or something like that. And if you look into this, like, okay, here you're just giving it like a function, right? And over here, if you're just taking this and just putting braces. So this is how you call a function in Julia, right? So that's how it is. Anyway, I'll just let this error be there. Let this error be there so that like you will know, like you're not supposed to do like that. So I really feel like you should make errors, and even in my professional programming, I make a lot of errors, and I test a lot, and that's how it goes. Like, so yeah, so yeah, so you can't give function like this. Okay, so I just giving it like okay, execute function, and yeah, there is another thing you need to know. What will happen? Okay, look, if you're trying to define something and it becomes an error, right? This execute function never gets registered in Julia. So like so if you call it also nothing will happen. Like that is like it'll throw an error that such function doesn't exist. Okay, so that's how it is. And now what I'm just doing is like I'm just putting a function, execute function, and I'm trying to take in a function and execute it. So this is how you call a function in Julia, right? So that's how it is, right? And look over here, it's only void arguments, nothing else. So we are just assuming that the function has no arguments. So over here, if you look, the arguments are void. Okay. So now all I just need to do is like execute function, execute function. I just press tab and it just auto completed like star line. Okay. This one without any braces. Okay. So that's how it is, right? So you just get it. Okay. So that's how it is, right? So as simple as that, right? Okay. Yeah, you can what to say like go and look into Python notebook over here, or what I'm just doing is like if you want this notebooks that have been done in this video, which might contain errors and all those stuff, you can go here. Like you can just go to the about section in my blog and go here, right? So that's the thing. Okay. And another thing I just want to talk is like about multiple dispatch. Okay, so let me just copy and put it over here. Yeah, I just put a new notebook for this so it's clear. And yeah, the notebook for this is over here. Right? Okay, so and yeah, like these notebooks to this video, what notebooks I'm showing you in the video also, I will what to say commit. Let me rename it like multiple dispatch. Actually, when you're doing some projects and all, right, when you're having lots of notebook in your Jupyter lab, make sure the naming is consistent. Look over here, like I have put capital D in dictionary, the array is not capital and all those stuff. So make sure like, okay, you just make it consistent and all those stuff. Otherwise, yeah, like consistency is important for professional programming, right? So that's the thing. Okay. So I'll explain this how it works. Okay. So you have this thing like a multi-disk being called. Okay. So even though this multi-disk has been defined many times, okay, Julia knows these are all separate functions depending on the arguments and type of arguments you pass. That is the number of arguments and type of arguments that's been passed. So you put multi-disk over here, so it has got no arguments in it, so it is totally void. So Julia just executes this one, right? Okay, so that's how it is, right? And over here you just put a string as argument. Okay, so but this has got only one argument. These two things have got one argument. Okay, so that's how it is. And Julia knows that, okay, like this there is only one okay, Julia knows this is a number, and so the string might only fit over here, so it calls this one for this one, right? So that's how it is. And okay, what to say, like this one has integer. So Julia knows that this has only one argument and checks whether it has integer. Okay, here it is. Otherwise, if there is no integer, it might even call this, and what to say, like this might get executed. So I will do that and I'll show you. Okay, so and finally you have a multiple dispatch with two arguments, and finally you're calling it over here two arguments, and that's how it is. So let me just do another notebook. Like I don't rename it now, I'll rename it possibly after this video. So we have got multiple dispatch over here, and what I'm just doing is I'm just knocking this off. I'm just knocking this off, and let me just give this 70 alone, right? So since there is no integer, it will call this thing multiple dispatch some argument. Okay, but if I put this integer stuff, okay, if I put this integer stuff and knock, okay, I just want to make this thing. So yeah, now it calls the integer stuff. So depending on the number of arguments and type of arguments, Julia chooses which definition to call. Okay, so that's the thing. I don't know why this Jupyter notebook is always running. Okay, so it doesn't break anything. Okay, fine. So yeah, multiple dispatch is said as a very essential feature or very powerful feature in Julia. So of course, like right now, it might not be evident to us how powerful or whatever it is. But yeah, like if you think there are practical situations, like if you just put like count of 1, 2, 3. Okay, this I'm just giving a vector. I will call this as vector. Oh, okay, like of size, length, length. Okay, length. We are getting it as 3. Okay, so the length for vector might be defined somewhere. Okay, and look, I'm not sure. Like I'm just only hypothesizing. And now you're giving a tuple over here. So, but this length works. Okay, so that's how it is. So like maybe you can assume like, okay, there is a multiple dispatch that's going on in length and all those stuff. And it is said that if you give the right kind of thing, like, okay, this integer number is an integer and all those stuff, then Julia is more efficient. And possibly that's for another video, like why so? Because Julia knows exactly how much space to allocate and all those stuff for this arguments and all. And in fact, like moving data around the computer takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And if we can say like, okay, this is how much I should move exactly, then programs are more efficient. So that's why programs where you declare types are more efficient than the programs you do not declare types. Okay, so that's one secret in Julia. And of course, like in Julia, you can either not declare types, like something like this one, like the sum argument or this arg1, arg2 or something, or you can declare types, okay, and make it more efficient. So just one code base, you can slightly make it more efficient by adding types and all those stuff. Like, yeah, when you're doing with very, very massive amounts of data and all those stuff, it might be good to declare types and very exact ones. So that's the thing. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. We'll catch up in next one.